Hello, am I audible now? Hello. No, I'm not audible still, unfortunately. On. I hope I'm audible now. Okay, everyone. I hope I'm audible. My screen is visible, and I'm also visible. Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone. I hope it is perfect now. Okay, so let's get started with our today's session. Anyhow, a lot of issues with this. Okay, it's okay, fine. Pardon me for that. So great. So can you please let me know what are the topics you might have covered till now under the HTML and CSS quickly? So we'll be starting with the project now. Okay, can we now, everyone? Yeah, please, just let's have a quick recap. Whatever the topics which you might have covered till now, okay, I would like to know from you. Accordingly, we'll be planning our project now. So, yes, come on. So, we have the selectors. Great. Adil. So, we do have a selectors, flex boxes for structuring our web pages using the CSS selectors list table. Okay, beautiful. Fine. Okay, image tag. Very good. So, great. So there is nothing called as GERD. It's a grid. Anyhow, so now we'll be starting with this inline and block elements. Okay, fine. So now I would be starting a project. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me open my Visual Studio Code and we'll be explaining you each and everything. Like consider if I would be a beginner and if I would like to start with the just to build up a basic design of any website. So what are the softwares and what are the different components we need to take care. Okay, so everyone please do pay attention here and let's get started with our today's session. Anyhow, it was started with, we do have some technical issues. Anyhow, so now let's get started here. So here, let me open the, I'm going to open the folder for here. Just hold on, give me a minute please. Yeah, okay. So what I'll be doing, yeah, exactly, correct. So here I'll be creating a folder. Okay, so there are multiple ways of creating a folder. You can use your terminal as well. So here I'm going to create. So here you can see this. I have created a small, a folder over here called HTML and CSS project. We'll see what sort of, what sort of a design we might be building. I'll be letting you know for the same. So here, what I've done, everyone pay attention. So I have just created a folder, and let's open this folder in the Visual Studio Code. So ensure if you are building a design, you should have the Visual Studio Code as well as the Chrome Dev Tools, or I must say the Chrome browser you must have. Okay, so we can check it out all of the designs which we are building on. Anyhow, so here you can see this. I hope my screen is visible. I do have a Visual Studio Code open on my screen. So under this, let's try building the fundamental files. Okay, so let's try creating the files. What are the essential files we require in order to build up our app? Sorry, the website here specifically. So here I'm going to create a conventional file here that is going to be the structural file HTML. So I would be giving the name as index.html. Okay, so here you can see this. We have an index.html file here. Fine, great. So great. So now what is going to be the first step? I would be showcasing your design. Please hold on. Let me first of all give you the structure. So what are the different structure which you must follow while creating any sort of a design? So here I do have the structural file called index.html. The first thing which we need to take care of is what? So so what we are going to do here, so we'll be creating the boilerplate code. Okay, I would be showcasing you the boilerplate code. So can anyone let me know? Uh, so what are the important tags we have under like while creating the boilerplate code? Come on, quick, just let me know about the tags. What are the different tags we have? Okay, Amit, yes, we can go ahead and Amit. So I'll not go with an Amit here. We can go with a shortcut like this. I'll be calling, I'll be using this exclamation sign, hitting an enter, and I would be able to see what this boilerplate code uh, for our structure. The boilerplate code structure for this. So here I would be targeting an e-commerce website, okay, where I would be having some cards, navbar, footer, okay, header, footer, main section. We'll see all of those. So here you can see this. I have a doc type. Okay. So doc type, which is going to tell us about the what version we are using for an HTML. Then we have the HTML root element. Under that, we do have two different siblings. One is going to be the head tag, and another one is going to be the body tag. Under the head tag, okay, under the head tag, what do we have, everyone? Come on, quick. It's a quick revision also for you. So we have these important meta text that is going to give us an information. It is going to give the information about the browser, okay, about the website to the browser. I repeat, these are the important tags we have. So this is going to give an information to the browser, like what sort of a website you are building, and what are the external files you might be attaching over here, inserting over here. Okay, and this meta tag is a self-closing tag. We don't have any closing tag for this. It's a self-closing tag. And this is the title of your website, which you already know very well. Okay, and let me have a testing, this on build a website. So e-commerce website, I would be showcasing you. Okay. For now, I'm targeting to first of all have a structure. Like what are the files and folders I should have. So here I would like to explain you, this four folders and file structure. So now we are done with the index.html. Within an index.html, we do have just a boilerplate code for time being. Now, like we'll be using different assets here. Okay, I'm going to create I'll be creating an assets folder here. Why do we need this assets folder? Come on, quick. What are the different assets we might be using here? So, hello everyone, welcome. Let's continue. We are building the project here. Okay. So assets. Under the assets, I would be having the images. Okay. I would be having some icons under this. Icons, and I would like to have the different fonts. Okay, I wanted to have some fonts because this we might be including some fonts from Google fonts, or you can have any other fonts from any sort of a websites. And what I need to have, so icons are for what? Icons I would be using for PNGs, for SVGs image. If you haven't heard about such extensions, no issues. I'll be explaining you that. Images, the bigger images, maybe the PNG or the JPG images. Okay, and fonts are for what? Fonts, obviously fonts we'll be including in our CSS. And anything else other than this? Okay, fine. For now, let it be like this. These are going to be the assets here. And then the important file which I would be including, that's going to be the style CSS here. Okay, under the styling CSS, what is the basic, what are the basic, the common stylings we should have? Can anyone tell me in this session? Come on, quick. We like what are the basic general stylings we are going to give for our, for our website overview, like, some in order to override our what the default browser styling. So what is the selector we do have for that? Can anyone tell me? Come on, quick. For the body, for the HTML root, margin 0, under what, which selector? Mr. Saeed, Shweta, yes, under which selector we can have that margin? Exactly, Shweta, very good, great. So here we have this. I'll be using this universal selector. Exactly, this is very important. We must follow this structure. So let me give the comments also. Giving the comments is a good practice. So I'll say common stylings. Okay, common stylings here, and this is really a good practice. Let me know, people. So here I have a common stylings. Under this, I'll be saying universal selector. Under this, I'm going to say margin of all the elements. So here it's going to say all the elements should have a zero. Padding should have a zero here, and that's it for now. And under the body, okay, and one more, yeah, one more property which I do remember, that's going to be the box sizing. Okay, box sizing, it's going to be a border box. So what I mean to say over here, as you might have covered the, how many of you, like, are you covered with the box model, everyone? Are you covered with the topic of box model, like margin, padding, content, border? Yes or no? Come on, tell me. So are you comfortable with the topic called box model, under which we have different segments of, like, what different segments of our any HTML element on a web page? Great. So hold on, let me open the browser as well over here, so I can explain you all the concepts together at the same time. So look at this. So here you can see this. I would be taking an example of Airbnb. Okay, so one of the websites here that has been built up on a React. Okay, so here you can see this. I do have a website. So let me open the Chrome DevTools. Fine. Okay, so let me jump into the element section. Element section here. So look at this. So I'm going to take what, maybe this one here. Okay, let us consider this is the header. Let's consider this filter. Okay, I'm going to click on this. This is the button here. So they have created it using an button HTML element called button here. Okay, and then we have the corresponding stylings which is attached to this. But look at the last. At the last, we have a box model structure. So yes, this is the one. So as you might have already know about this, so your element, everything on a web page is nothing but but a box. Because what are they? These all are the contents. These are the HTML contents we have, everyone. Okay, so these are the HTML contents we have. Let me open this. Yeah, pesticides. Is it working? Yes. Look at this. So I have this pesticides in extension here that is going to let me know, this whole website is nothing but yours boxes. And let me close it. Okay. So under the box model, the innermost section is going to be the content. Content means your text, and it can be your what images or whatever the content you have. And the space between the border and the content is going to be the padding. Why I'm explaining you this? Because we'll be starting the header part now, and then we have the margin. Means here, whatever the external spaces we have across this element, it's going to be the margin, and that's it. So here I've given a property called box sizing. So as in a default, the box sizing property is a content box. Means if you are giving a width, only this width is going to be considered, the content width. If you would be giving the border box, so now what's going to happen? You will be including the border width along with the padding and with this content box. So this is content box width, padding, and the border box. So together it will be considered as a one width. Okay, I'll be showing you an example. That's going to be a good approach to explain you. Anyhow, so here I have given this body and HTML. That is another one. Anyhow, so I would like to get this one here. So we have an assets here and the index.html and stylings here. So now let's start working for the structure. Okay, let's start building the structure here. So first of all, let me show you one thing here, everyone. Mm, Just hold on. Okay, so here I would be explaining you, explaining a basic structure, okay, of our e-commerce website. So do pay attention and please do ask questions if you're not able to understand it. Okay, so great. So what is going to be the first approach? First, listen everyone. You need to have your folder and having these basic folders over here of assets, fonts, icons, and images. It's up to you. It's not necessary, but it is a good approach to manage all of our assets. And then we have an index.html here and the styles.css. Great. So I'll be starting the structure. Okay, great, fine. So hey everyone. So let's get started here with this. Fine. So it's going to be the normal website which we do have. Okay, that is going to have a header section, a main section, footer part. Okay. So let me start with this. So here I'll be building the home page of a website. So let's get started. So what is the approach? What is the best approach to have the structure? Otherwise, we get confused sometimes with this HTML structure. So I wanted to have a header section. Okay. So this is going to be the header part of our page. The first section and the first part is going to be the header. Under this, we'll be having a nav and many more things there. Then I would be having the main section. The main, I hope you are comfortable with the semantic HTML elements. And if you are not comfortable anyhow, let it be like that. Okay, no issues. I'll be using the div because you'll be taught about the semantic HTML elements. What are they? Okay, not a big deal. So here, what I would be doing, I'm going to have a class. I'll be having a class and I'm going to give a class as a header for this. Means, so this division, this block element is going to do what? It's going to wrap up all the items, all the children's of our header part, of our header section. Okay, done everyone? Are you understanding? I hope everything is clear. My voice, my screen, and obviously, and me also, I'm visible to you. Fine? Okay, great. So, yeah, clear. So here we have the header section. Okay, now let's go for the another section. I would be having the main part. So this is the emit I have. So main, I have a main section over here. Okay, under this div class main. Then I wanted to have the under the main section. I would be having a footer part. So footer. Done. So these are the three different sections I would be having for what? For my website, my home page specifically. Great. And that's fine. So now let's start working for the header. So my header is going to have different sections and accordingly I would be showing you the design on the browser. Great. Fine. So under a header, here you can see this, I'll be having the basic structure, which you might have seen in the previous session of creating a header part. Okay, so everyone give it a go along with me. I hope you guys are also practicing along with me here. Okay, so I'm going to have the logo here. So this is going to be the logo called shop is. So this is the no logo or the name of a brand here. So Dave, under this I do have a shop is. Fine. And within this I would like to have the navigation bar. So under a header, so header is going to be a strip. Within that, I would be having different nav items. Okay, so I would be having different nav items here. Okay, fine, great. Yeah. So under this, let's have a nav item. So here I would be having nav. I'm going to say nav bar here. Under the nav bar, let's create it. So I'll be using a UL. I hope you are comfortable with the different list, your unordered list, your ordered list. Okay. Under this UL, I will be having different list items. And those list items are going to contain our anchor tag through which we can jump on to different pages. So here I would like to have an index.html link, and under this, okay, yeah, this one. So I would be giving the name as a whole. So guys, please pay attention. This is a very important. Look, being a beginner, uh, you have a lot of questions in your head. Like maybe like other instructors, some other people are following some different approach. Which one is the best? One thing while just coding, please ensure you should know at least one way and try understanding why I'm doing in such a way. And slowly, with the time, you will get to know which like what are the different approaches are going to be best for you. Okay, not for you. Like obviously, less coding, less code is there. It means you're right. You have a better coding. Like if you are writing a lot of code and in order to execute or achieve a specific task, it's not at all good. Anyhow, people, so look at this. Li, anchor tag, I have an index.html. I would be creating some other pages also. That's example, the products.html. Okay. And I would be having, come on, quick. I'm going to have, what is that? So hold on. I would be making the spelling correct, products. And I'm going to have the contact page. Okay, so I hope you have an idea about like what is this ordered list, unordered list. I'll not be going in the theoretical part because this session is dedicatedly for what, for our understanding of our project, like how, if we have a tool, look, I am a mechanic, or I may be a person who is going to be a problem solver. So which tool I would be using from my toolkit, and I would be using that specific tool to solve any sort of a problem. So you will be becoming a software developer. So you should know what problems you have, and you'll be handling out with that. Anyhow, so here you can see this under the header, under the header section, I do have a logo. Okay, in this div, then I have a nav bar. Under a nav bar, you can see this. We have this nav bar here, and under the navigation bar, we do have multiple nav items here. Look at this. Li and with an anchor tag, because having an anchor tag will help you to switching and navigating from one page to another. If we talk about the HTML, so here href is for what, hyper reference link. Okay, under the home. Fine. So great. Okay, so these are the ones we'll be creating in a while. So let's start with this. And one more section I wanted to have. So this was about the nav items, which I need to have in a center. And I wanted to have one more thing, that is going to be the card section. So I'll have a card. Under a card anchor tag, I'm going to have the card part also. So we're having the card. Uh, okay, I'm giving the static stuff here. Okay. So contact page, exactly. Is there any issue, people? Are you understanding? Sometimes there might be some issue while just getting uh, your comments sometimes. Yeah, there might be a delay. Okay, fine. So please stick to that. If you have any issues, any sort of an issues, like you're not audible, sir, I haven't understood what you're trying to say, just write it over there and I'll repeat that stuff. Okay, a little bit, sir. Okay, people, keep learning here, and let's continue, everyone. So here, look at this. In an header section, I have three childrens here, three main childrens here. One is logo, navbar, and this is card section. Let's see how it is looking on a web page. Okay, what is a raw, ugly looking structure we have on a web page. So for that, let's open a live server here, and let me open this. Okay, so I'm gonna take this here and bring it over here. Look at this, everyone. Okay, so please try understanding this. This is very important. And let me open this. Hold on. Okay, now this is good. Okay, people, so you can see this. Let me open the Chrome DevTools so it is easy for us to understand. Within a body, what are the things I have created just now? I do have a header part. So we are building a header part. We'll do it quickly because as I know in the sessions, you might have already learned how to build a header section, obviously. So here I have a structure which you have learned in an HTML. HTML is a markup language that helps you to add a content on a web page, which you are doing it successfully. Header, I have given a class name. So this is the class name to identify among all the name, all these HTML elements have a common name called div. I need to have the differences. I need to have the specific name for all these. So header here, logo and navbar. So logo, navbar, and a card here. Done. Okay, great. Now let's get started styling all these. So I wanted to style it. Okay. Hmm. So here I'm going to have the styling part of this. Okay, so now let's start working with the styling. Let me open a website here parallelly, here BNB, so we can have a quick reference of how a header looks like. Okay, so you can guys consider here, look at this. So we have a brand here. This is going to be the logo part, a brand. Look at this logo brand along with the name. We have a navigation section here, just two items here. And then we have some profile part, a login part, and some other pointers over here on the header part. Anyhow, we have these three items on the screen. So let's start working on this. Okay. So can anyone tell me these are well, like what is the structure? Like we are getting this structure here. So this is the structure here. So guys, are you are you done with the positions part? CSS positions. I hope you are done with that. CSS positions, isn't it? So can you please let me know what are the different positions we have when it comes to the CSS positions? What are they? How many are there? CSS positions. Come on, quick. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for your response. Okay. Okay. Relative fix. So exactly, people. So why I'm asking this question to you? If someone is going to ask you, okay, you haven't given any position CSS property over here, fine, but like maybe obviously there are some default property might be working. What is the default position property we have? So we do have a static. Exactly, Shubham Kumar Mathur. Static. So this is the natural flow. This is the natural flow of your HTML, how the elements are being arranged on the screen. Look, I have a header which is on the top. That's why it is coming on the top. Then I would be writing the children's of this main section and the footer part. Okay, fine. So now people, what I need to do, I need to have all these items should be arranged in one row. For that, having a one row, uh, you might have come across some sort of a structural CSS. So if you wanted to have if you wanted to build a structure of your CSS, so what are the properties we have? So under a display, so we have a CSS display property under which we have multiple ways, but what are the three main ways? One is going to be the flex, and another one is going to be a grid. So grid, we'll be talking about the grid in the upcoming session, but for now, this website is going to be built under the flex box. Okay, Yes, exactly, Shubham Kumar. So we have a blog, inline blog, flex, okay, and the grid part. I would be building this header with a flex here. So let's implement it and implement here. I have a header, everyone. Okay. So guys, I have a question here. Why my universal operator is not getting implemented? Can anyone let me know about this? Come on, quick. I hope you know this. It's a basic one because I haven't linked up my CSS file here. So how to link the CSS file? I'm going to do this, and I would be okay calling in such a way. Fine. So I have my styles.css here. So let's go back to the output. So where is an output? Yeah, this is the one. So look at this. Everything, all the items are arranged properly. Fine. Okay, great. Very good. So now, people, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the very important property that is going to make all these items in a one row. That is going to be the display flex. Okay, here. So here we have the display flex. So here you can see this. Look at this. All the items are in one row, and I must say in a column. Now they all are in this flow called horizontal row direction. Okay, I wanted to have a spaces among them. So for that, what I'm going to do? Come on, quick, tell me. So I would be having okay, and another property called justify content here, and I'll go with the space between here. Okay, so there are multiple things here, space around, so you would be having the space around these element items here, and space between, having the space between across these elements, and space evenly. So I'll go with the space between here. Okay, so this is the one. Fine. And I wanted to align. Right now we are aligning them horizontally. Okay, within a one scale, within a one axis, we are aligning them horizontally. But I wanted to align them vertically as well. You can see this. Our logo is on the top, and the card is also on the top. Okay, so hold on, people. Just give me a minute for this. And okay, so in a hurry, I forget to connect with this just because of that glitch. So give me a minute, please be here. Okay, please be here. Okay, everyone. I hope I'm audible. So pay attention here. So here you can see this. We do have the justify content space between. What we are trying to do, pay attention. We are giving a layout, a proper layout to our website. Okay, this is not specific to the your what header. It is for your all of the sections of the website. Okay, people. Now what I'm going to do, I have this. So I'm going to use another property called as align items. Align items center. Okay, so now everything is aligned in the center here. Now you might be thinking, people, like we have, we don't, our content is touching the edges. Okay, it is touching the edges of our, the page. So for that, what I would be doing, I would be giving some padding to this. Padding, pay attention, look, padding. I'm going to give a padding on the top, maybe how much? Any random one, 5 pixels and somewhat 10 pixels from here. Or let's increase it 20 and 10. Okay, and let me give some colors to this. So background color to my header part. I'm going to use any random color. Wow, this is good. Aquamarine. So we have aquamarine. So look at the differences. If I would be having a padding, if I don't have a padding, if I have a padding. Okay, look at this. Okay, fine. I'm going to paste all these properties under a header part. Remember, under a header part, let's paste out all this in your Visual Studio Code. So you must write it like this: header stylings. So everyone can have an access that these are the stylings of a header. So header class, it's a class, and pasting over here. Save it, and we are done. Okay, it's implemented now. If I'm going to refresh it, it will be there. Now, guys, this is looking very bad. I need to get rid of this. So, what are they? It's a UL. Okay, fine. So, should I use, guys, UL directly here? Answer is no. Okay, there are multiple ways of doing it. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a parent of this, or else you can take a super parent called header. Then in a header, we have a nav bar. Then we can give a name as UL. So, like right now, you are working on your personal projects, but maybe after a few months, you would be landing for a job and you might be working in a companies. So, at that time, don't consider that you will be having these specific this home page and about us page. No, there will be multiple pages, and we might be using different CSS class, and there might be an issue that we can come across the overriding of the classes. So ensure, please don't use HTML tags as a selector directly. What I mean, I'm saying don't use UL and giving us styles over there. Using an li giving us styles, no, because look, these are the general names which you are giving. Try to give the classes name. That is, that is fine. That is really a good approach. Otherwise, what will happen here on this first page? You are giving li as font size as 10, and somewhere you wanted to have font size 20, and this is an li. This is globally over there, so it's going to override with that. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. So let's come here, over here, and okay, so this is the one. So I need to handle this navbar. So what I'll do, people, I'm going to have a navbar. Under a navbar, I'll give a class over here. Okay, I'm going to give a class. So class here, and the class is going to be what? So under a navbar, we have the nav list. You can say a nav list. You can give a name as a nav list. Fine. So let's start giving a class here. Okay, people. So if you are giving a nav list, that is also okay. Okay. Or else you can use it with the combinators, selectors. So what was the name? Nav bar, I think, isn't it? So nav bar. So what we are trying to say with this, people, pay attention here. So nav bar is the parent. There is a space. It means we are trying to access this class, element, whatever it may be, which is a child of this nav bar. Okay, so a descendant selector, isn't it? A descendant selectors. So I have a nav bar as a parent, and I do have this. So people, like, if you're not giving the parent, it's also going to work. Okay, this is also going to work, but trying to go with the specificity, it's very important. Okay, so what we are trying to give here. So people, I'm going to implement the same property here with this. So how to do that? I'm going to write. Let me check this. It is better to check over here. So if I would be giving display flex, okay. So can anyone tell me how should I be, how to remove these styles? I wanted to remove these dots. Can anyone help me to know that how can I remove these dots? Text decoration, text decoration, none. Okay. So no, it will not work over here. Yeah, come on. I'm waiting for your response, people. Please let me know for this. Okay, list style none. So very good. Who is this? Ashu. So list style none. So yes, obviously this is not going to be applicable here. It should be applied on the list. Okay, fine. So UL it's working now. So list style. So list style none. Done. Then we have in order to have all those sections display flex. Okay. So display flex we have. Fine. Yes, one more thing. So people, here you can see this. This is an anchor tag. Okay, this is an anchor tag. An anchor tag do comes with what? Two different CSS properties. One, the text is going to be blue in color. Okay, that not Ashu, it's Basu. Who is saying? Okay, pardon me if I'm okay if I'm not pronouncing or if I might be making any issues with the names. So here you can see this. I have the anchor tag. Anchor tags is going to have the what? Blue text, and one more thing, it's going to have the underline over here. So how to get rid of that? So let's work on this globally. So I'll create a section called global classes, not glasses. It is a classes. So look at this. This is really a good way to handle the these elements. I have an anchor tag. Wherever you might be seeing an anchor tag, do what? Yeah, text decoration none means please remove that underline, and the color text should be black. We'll be giving that, or you can give 00 for that. Exactly, people. Now look at this. It's looking pretty now. Okay. In order to handle this spacing, I wanted to handle in spacing. Again, we have multiple ways to handle this. So what I'll try to do, I'm going to take an li and I'll give margin right of 10 pixels. So all the items are going to have margin 10 pixels. So how I'm going to do this? Come on, quick, pay attention here. I'm going to take this, copy this over here, taking this directory, and what I'm going to do, come on, tell me, li, yes, li, as I already told you, please don't use the elements name directly. It is better, please go ahead and just use a class name, okay? Why I'm saying so? Because right, if you will be making this habit now, it is good for you. Otherwise, you would be falling, you'll be getting a lot of errors in the CSS. It usually happens with us as well. So I'm going to copy this as a nav item. Whatever the name you would like to give, it's up to you. Pasting here, save it. Fine. Copy this out, and this this ID actually comes with a when like as a number of projects if you're building. So what I was doing, margin right, everyone right side, 10 pixels, and now look at the beauty. I do have a spacing. Perfect. I do have a spacing across all this. Done. Let me close this. Wow. Not wow. Obviously, you already know this, how to build it. But we have a structure now, a basic structure. Okay, people. Now, what I need to showcase here is let's build up some cards. I would like to work on a section because I don't want that. After having this time, we are done. Just we are done with just the first header part. Let me build up some cards also for you, and then we'll give a shape to this website. What sort of a project we are building on, and here we go. So I'm going to close this. So make sure if you're working on other section, you should close this, or you can just toggle off. Under the main, okay, so I would like to have a card container. Okay, so I'm gonna have a card here. So this is going to be the card. Under this card, what I need to have. So guys, what are the different section things we have in a card? I'm going to have an image. So I'll say product image, product. I'll call it a name like this. PROD prod image. So image product. So you can give a name like this. I would be adding the images. Hold on, and then after that, what are the things I need to have? I would like to have the title. So for the title, I'll be using H3 here. But ensure give the class name. This is a very good practice. So I'll say title as a class. Okay, so card dot, and make sure you use this broad title. So product title. I'll say what I'm going to say. So it's going to be books. Okay, or any sort of a thing. Then we are going to give the basic, the basic level of the description about it. So I'm going to use description about the product. So I'll say broad desk. That's it. So broad description. So I'm going to give a random text here. It's going to be 5 words here. That's it. Fine. So let's try to structure this card in much more beautiful way. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, first of all, I need to get an image. So hold on and please give me a minute to get that image. Okay, so okay, great. So here I'm going to take this image. Fine. Save image here. I'm going to save where on the HTML, CSS, in the assets, in the images part. So now you would be able to see movie, movie image. So here I would be replacing it with a movie. JPG. Fine. Okay. So hold on. So everyone, just let's see this. This is the Visual Studio Code. Under this, I have downloaded this specific file. Under the assets, under the images, I have downloaded called movie image here. So let's try working on this, how to import an image. So what is the name I've given? I'll be calling it as a movie. Okay, here called as Picky Blinder, and there might be some basic description about it. So how to get this? I'm going to take a path under the assets, under the images. I have a movie image, and you can give a name as movie image. That's it. So you can say product image or movie image here. Done. So let's start working on this. How I'm going to beautify this card here. So here you can see this. I am getting an image here, and let's try styling this. So from this example, you will be able to understand even the responsive part also. I have this card here. So this is the card. Let me make this image a little bit smaller. Even the card. So the container width is going to be somewhat 250 pixels. Okay, and let me make this image as width to be 250 pixels over here. It's too small. 250 pixels. Fine. So I'm going to give up specific width to our container here. So then it's going to be good. So hold on. Let me take a card quickly here. Let me set up this. I'm going to say main stylings. Okay, main stylings here. Oops, what I've done under the main styling. Okay, under the main styling, we are going to have what? This one. So card is going to have the width of 200 pixels for now. Okay, and that's it. And I was waiting for the image. Okay, under the card, we are going to have an image. The image is going to be the prod image. Make sure, please don't use HTML tags directly. It's going to give us an issues. So I'm going to say width as 100%. So whatever the size we would be having for the container, I would be getting that. Okay, so look at this. If I would be refreshing it, so I'm getting this. So let it be somewhat 150 pixels or 100 pixels. Fine. The 100 pixels is very good. So I'm going to take the 100 pixels here. Fine. Now people pay attention. So here we have a card. Look at this. So this is the card. Okay, and then now let's start working on this. So right now you can see that this card is having a complete width over here, extending because of a div in nature. And now I wanted to have the padding around this. So that is going to be at 10 pixels from everywhere. I wanted to have the background color, which is going to make sense to us. It's going to have some beautiful color, some good looking colors. So we can have the, let's take the same color. Okay, aquamarine for this. And then I would like to give some margins here from everywhere, 20 pixels. Okay, so this is the one. So I have a 20 pixels of margin. And what I can do, yes, I wanted to give the border radius to its edges. Okay, I'll be telling you some of the facts over here. So you might be thinking, sir, you are using different properties. How do we get to know about this and all of this thing? Am I audible, guys? Is my screen visible? I hope you might be getting something in the session. Yes or no? Please let me know. I'm waiting for your comments. Okay. So anyhow, let me continue with this. So people, fine, crisp and clear. Wow, it's very tasty to have. Huh? Great. So pay attention, everyone. So I would be telling you few very important facts about that. If you want to be good at HTML and CSS part, so what things we should keep in our head. Okay. So where are we? So we are over here. So border radius. So now the question comes here in the head. Okay, sir, do we need to remember all these properties? How is it possible that we'll be remembering all these properties? How do we get to know? So let me say 8 pixels. Is it good? No. I must go 5 pixels is good. Fine. I wanted to give a box shadow also to make it more beautiful. Shadow and shadow for what? So somewhat, come on, 0 pixels, top, sorry, x-axis, y-axis, and having a blurring effect of this. And the color would be black only. Let it be black. Okay, so this is the box shadow we have, and I'm not comfortable with this 500. No, uh, this width. I think where is the width? Because this width should be a little bit bigger. Yes, this is now looking good. It should be 150. Okay, so let me copy this, everyone, and pasting here in the card section. Where is that? It should be 150. Coming here. So guys, can you see one thing? It is better you should create the stylings, check the stylings on the Chrome Dev Tools, and then copy and paste in your code. So you will be getting an idea that what is the proper, what is the proper things you need to have on the screen. Okay, perfect. So I have a beautifully looking card on my screen. Okay, perfect. Now you can style the specific text also, and it is a little bit bigger in this, or else I can go ahead with H2, H3, जो भी है. You can go ahead with come on, hold on. Where is my Visual Studio Code? I can go with, and guys, please let me know if I'm speaking too fast. Why I'm speaking too fast? Because you are already done with the fundamentals theoretical part, and and you're already aware of this. What are these attributes and the CSS properties? Okay, and if you're not able to understand it, anyhow, you would be getting a recorded part, and so you can have a quick review of this. I'm going to take H4. So let's see what about the H4 we have. Now it's good. Let me take H6 directly. Or else we can style also, okay? No, it's too small. H5, fine. So it's good, fine, it's good. Okay, so let's stick to H4. Fine. So here you can see this. I have a picky blinder on this. You can give the stylings, colors, whatever you would like to have. And for the paragraph, I would be giving some stylings to the paragraph here. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Card. This is the one. Okay, so font size, people, you can use a font size property here. So what it may be, 15 pixels, 16 pixel, I don't know, 14 pixels. Let's check this out on the screen. We have a 14 pixels. Okay, now, so this is the card we have on the screen. So let me do one thing. Let me copy and paste all the structure. I have a card here. I'm going to take this card, and everyone pay attention. This one, 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 this one. This one. Let's see what's going on the screen. Wow, we have so many cards here. But I don't want these cards to be in this structure. I want all of these cards to be in a come on, what? It should be in a horizontal. It should be in a proper structure. So for that, what do we need to take care of that? As you already know, this is my main container, and under a main container, I do have a very beautiful property under the display that's going to be the flex, and it's going to take care of this. Okay, now all of the card is getting shrink. I don't want that shrinking behavior. For that, we have a property called flex wrap people. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this. Now I'm going to have an extra content, so that is going to be coming in the bottom part. Okay, so flex wrap. So look at this. We are able to see this. Here we don't have enough space, so that's why it's coming into the next part here. Okay, so this is the flex wrap part, and main justifying content center. Okay, it is in a center, aligning the items in the center. Yes, everyone. So I'm going to copy these properties, and I want it to apply over a main section. So where is the main styling? Under a main styling, I'm going to have this part. Oh, I don't know the spelling of main. Let me clear this out, and here we go. Saving this. Done, people. Okay, now I think it's looking a little bit good, huh? I hope you might have watched this web series. Anyhow, Picky Blinder. Okay, we have a Picky Blinder here. Fine. So great. Okay. Okay, people. So now this is the behavior. Okay, let me talk about some important things here. Quick, very quick. I consider the 36 people, we have 36 people right now who are on this, the stream. They might be watching. We are learning together. And the thing is, quick questions like, how do we get to know about these CSS property? How do we get to know about these? All there are so many thousands and thousands of HTML tags are there. There are thousands of CSS properties out there. So how do we get to know? So people, the thing is, in the coding, you don't need to mug up the things. You don't need to take all those stuff in your head. No, it's not like that. What do you need to take care of that? You should understand. If I would be showing there is an anchor tag, so okay, anchor tag is used to navigating from one page to another. Okay, you might have heard about that property. It might be a JavaScript, HTML, CSS, whatever it may be. So you might have an idea about it. That is a thing. Because the company would be giving you the laptop, you would be having a chat GPT, you would be having the resources to access that. So please get out of this thought that you need to remember all the CSS property and the HTML structure. Another thing is, so sir, like how do we get to know that this is the font size I have to give? I have to give this images and everything. Why do I need to take care of this? Yes, people, you don't need to take care of this. You would be given a Figma design. You would be given a what? Adobe XD design. Everything will be given. Each and every measurement would be given to you. Okay, each and every measurement would be given to you. So you would be taking that measurement and giving the properties over percentage, pixels, VW, VH, REM, REM. Okay, so these are the CSS properties which you can use. Okay, so what? Uh, Fine. So this is the one more thing. And people, about the designing, if you are not good at designing, if you are thinking कि बहुत ज़्यादा difficult है, problem होती है इसको करने में, so जब development होता है ना website का, 60 to 70% of the time is going for this part. Please pay attention. 60 to 70% of the time is getting consumed under this designing section. You might be saying, sir, how? It's an easy thing. It's a less paying job. I'm talking about HTML, CSS only. The reason is that people, if you might have adding a content, designing part, it's okay. No, you have to make these websites responsive according to different devices. Same website should be open perfectly in a tablet, mobile phones, smaller phones, bigger phones, with desktop, bigger huge screens also. Creating one website, and that one website should be responsive across all the devices. So that is why we need to work a lot on this design part. Do you want to see a magic? Look, right now it's looking beautiful, but If I'm going to take it a mobile one, it's looking good now also. Wow, it's on a tablet. Now look at this. My structure is broken. What is happening here on the top? This is not at all good. What is this? Card is looking fine. It's okay. I made it anyhow with that. Card is looking perfectly fine. But what about this? Hey, this is not at all good. Okay. So that is a thing which you need to take care. And what is a way to be good at this? Again, guys, life, within a life, if you might see any sort of a field, if it is about gym, if it is about singing, dancing, whatever it may be, the more and more time if you're giving to some specific activity, you would be good at that someday. That is the same with the coding. If you're giving more practice, more time, you will be able to know how to handle such things. That's all. Okay, so no one is good at this. So okay, so please do pay attention. One thing, everyone. Okay, don't feel bad. No one is perfect, and I do have some colleagues who have an experience of more than 10 years. There are still learning in the JavaScript. They might come across issues, and they are resolving those issues. Taking a day, taking 2 days, 3 days, maybe a week in order to solve that issue. Okay, so this is the thing. That's all. I hope you got it. What I'm trying to say here. Okay, so this is the part here we have, and what? So we can beautify this. We can beautify our header also. I would be doing that. Okay, so this is the card section we have. Okay, now we can add a hovering effect, or hover on property, that it should be scaled up. If I'm going to take a hover on this, it should be scaled up, something like that. Okay, people. So now let's work on the footer part. Okay, let's see what is there in the footer, and then we'll see according to time. I'll be continuing this session tomorrow because we do have a session for tomorrow also. So I'll be prepared enough tomorrow. Just because of the streaming issue, I was in a hurry because sometimes you're not fond of this, and it happens. And my microphone was also not working. So anyhow, guys, I hope you got it. Okay, now let's work on the footer part. So in the footer part, I'm going to go in the structure. Okay, this is the structure I have. Let's work on this. So we are not working in a body, sorry, in a main. So for timing, I'm going to close this. So I should have enough space here. So under a footer. Okay, people, fine, great. Okay, so for the footer content, what are the things I should have? So I'm going to have under the footer. Okay, under the footer. Great. I'm looking for the content here. What I can put here. Uh, okay, easier one, not a bigger one. So we can have a one paragraph tag. Okay, it's up to you whatever you wanted to add. So guys, there is a topic called HTML entities. How many of you are aware of this? Can you please tell me in the comments? So we do have a topic called HTML entities. HTML entities. We can add some symbols, some text using these specific entities. So we are in a 2024, and the name of our brand is Shop Ease. Under this is all rights reserved. You might have seen this. Okay, so this is going to be the part of our footer. So under this footer, I would like to apply some stylings here. So okay, so hold on. Yeah. So under a footer, let me check on the screen. Okay, where is the code? No, this is the view. Okay. So under a folder, you can see this. We have this script over here. I'm going to come over here and let's start working on this. So this is the footer section. Under a footer, I'm going to apply this part here. Footer. Footer is going to have background color. Background color. It's going to be something as 333. or maybe I'll stick to the same color, which I do love a lot here in this website. Okay, then I'm going to have the color for black. Let it be a black one only. Okay, so great. Then I'm going to have a padding. Padding is very important here. Padding 20 pixels. Okay, good. Then I wanted to bring the content in the center. So how can I do this, everyone? Text align center. I do have that. I wanted to make this text a little bit bold in structure. 600. Wow. And then that's all. Oh, fine. I think that's all. I would like to add in this. I'm going to copy this. Now I'm going to implement this in the footer part of a CSS. So here comes up with the footer. So hey footer, I want to style you. So how can I style this? This, not this way. Coming out of this and putting a class called footer, and under this I'm going to stick this, pasting this. So yes, you can see this somewhat looking like a website, huh? Okay. Yes, exactly, somewhat looking like a website. Okay, now nothing is clickable. We cannot navigate to different pages. Shoppies. Okay. So let me showcase you some hover effect, and then slowly in the tomorrow session, I would be giving you the proper design. We would like if I would be clicking on this home page, this is the home page. If I would be clicking on the products page, so we would be able to access that product. If I would be clicking on this, then also we would be redirecting to the product page, and contact page. I'm going to come up with that, some other remaining stuff. Okay, we'll be doing that, and then let us see some hovering effect on this. So what I want, if I'm going to hover on this card, I want this card to little bit scale up. Okay, so tomorrow morning or night. So so you can see, I think it's there. It's already there. It's 6 o'clock somewhat. So it's somewhat 6 o'clock. Yep, as per the schedule. Okay, as per the schedule, it's going to be 6 o'clock. You can watch on the channel. I'll confirm you at the end. Okay. Yeah, 6 to 8. Okay, fine. Okay, Shubham. Same timing. Yeah. So here you can see this. We have this section. Fine. So let's continue with our part called as transforming it. So let's start up implementing a class. I'm going to have a card hover. If I would be hovering on a card, what I need to do, I need to scale up that card. So under our transform, we have a property called transform. We have a scale, and I would like to do 1.34 or something like that. A little bit of scale over there. Okay, little bit of scale on that. So how I'm gonna do this? Oops, it's too huge. And let me have a transition also. Look, it's popping very hard here. So 1.1. Now let's see. Wow, now it's good. But it's it's popping very delicately. I wanted to have a smooth transition on this. So for a transition, can anyone let me know what do we do? So for a transition, we are going to have a property transition, transition here. Okay, the transform here, transition. Oops, it should be a transition on transform property, and it should be zero point 0.3 seconds. And what it was, ease in, ease out. Okay, we have this structure here. Look at this, everyone. Can you see this? Now we have a specific transition. And now I would like to add the cursor pointer. You can see this. I'm not getting a hand on that. Look at this. Now I'm getting a hand. Okay, this hand cursor. Okay, okay, nice. Look at this, everyone. Look. So it's too huge right now, but anyhow, you might, you can see this, how we are going to do this. Okay, we can apply a lot of different stuff on this. Great. So are you understanding, everyone? Come on, any issues, any concerns till now? How many people? 25 people here in the session. Come on, please let me know any issues, like why we haven't, like any sort of a confusion or doubts uh, which you wanted to know, people. Come on, just only one person is replying. Abhi, Adil is there, uh, Basu is there. Come on, everyone, all the people who are watching this. If they are understanding this, please let me know. And if having any issues, then also, till now, everything is understandable. All clear. Okay, very good, very good. Appreciating. I hope you are getting this. Okay. So what I'll do, people, I'll be prepared for this because just because of that glitch, I got confused. But anyhow, tomorrow we would be having a class, and tomorrow I would be completing this whole project with you. So in 4 months, can we get job ready? So uh, look, these questions, attendance link. So I'll be sharing with you that, okay. Your today's attendance and tomorrow's, I'll be sharing. In the tomorrow's, maybe you will get to know from Avtar sir. Okay. So one more thing, 4 months. Look, it's up to you. देखो आप कितनी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, आप कितना रेगुलर हो किसी चीज को लेके, वो धीरे धीरे चीज हो, ऐसे नहीं कह सकते. For example, how do I know? Maybe some days, Hussein, you might be busy somewhere. Maybe you are not a smart student. Maybe you are very smart. So it depends on the time and the challenges. तो but हाँ इतना कह सकता हूँ, for a idea, if you are consistently working, you would be getting a job. Damn sure. That's it. How long it will take? For a front end, yes, 3 to 4 months. Okay, if you are a newbie, if you are completely newbie, so 3 to 4 months. Same date, attendance link all day. Today's topic is going to be HTML and CSS project, part one. But I'm not getting much opportunity. You will get opportunities. Okay, you're not getting much opportunities. Keep working on that. Okay, it's not like that. You might be getting. I don't know why you're not getting a call if you're saying like that. Uh, so start applying for on the platforms, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the placement specific topic under this. Okay, we'll talk about that someday. Okay, people. So we'll be continuing this session in tomorrow's part, and there I would be showcasing you all of the pages along with the CSS and the HTML structures. Platforms like LinkedIn, Naukri, and Hirist. We have a Hirist. I'll talk about this, Basu, someday, not now. Okay, this is not random. No, just start with that now. Okay, anyhow, so we'll see you in the next session. Please keep ensure. I hope you got something in this today's session, and sorry for that issue because I was trying to log in and it was giving some 404 issues, that server error. Anyhow, we tried to manage with that. Okay, so we'll be connecting, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, people. So can you give us your LinkedIn? So my name is Shubham Srivastav. I'm working at Extra Marks as a software developer specific to the front end. And you can find me, yes, you can find me on the, yes, CSS file. दिखा दो सर एक बार. अच्छा जी, बिल्कुल मैं दिखा देता हूँ आपको CSS फाइल कहाँ पर है. Where is the CSS फाइल? हाँ जी, ये लीजिए CSS फाइल. और I think, is it possible? So let me copy this and send it to this stream. You can take this. Oh, how long it is taking to go? Maybe I think you can take this or not. I don't know. Okay, fine. So guys, we'll be connecting with you tomorrow, and what I'll do, look, I'll share this link. I'll be sharing this code on a GitHub link tomorrow, not now. Done, everyone? Done, people? Okay. So we'll be connecting tomorrow, and please ask your colleagues, everyone, to join in. Uh, like if you are connected with them, I'm not saying just go ahead and just ask them, please join a session. No, it's not like that. If you are in a group, if you people do join, ask them to look over this project. If they are good at, if they might be good at the theoretical part, but they should know the project point of view thing also. Okay, people. So see you in the next session tomorrow. Okay. So you will be getting a notification on a YouTube for the same. Okay. Keep enjoying, keep learning, and sorry for the glitch today's glitch. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Dhanyawad, sir, for the session. Yes, Shubham Kumar Mathur, saying from my side to you as well. Okay. Thank you, people. Thank you so much.